Hey everyone, Make Room Collectibles here. Back with another video. Today, I'm going to show you guys my top 30 or so Bronze Age comics. None of these are graded. I don't think I actually have any graded Bronze Age now that I think about it. These first, 15 or so are not in order by value. I think I've just got them in order by series and number. So starting out, Amazing Spider-Man number 141. This is the first appearance of, I believe, the second Mysterio. Pretty nice copy. John Romita cover. And this one I figure is about a very fine minus 7.5. Picked this up at my local comic shop. I paid about 20 or 25 for that. Next up, Amazing Spider-Man number 144. A little bit of a glare there. Let's see if I can fix that. First appearance of Gwen Stacy clone, I believe. Pretty nice copy. Yeah, it's about a fine, very fine 7.0. This one I believe I paid about 25. Next up, Captain America number 230. Love that cover. Cap versus Hulk. Fine, very fine 7.0. Sweet cover. Captain America number 241. First Punisher versus Cap. I figure that's about a fine plus 6.5. Nice looking copy. This is a pretty high grade copy right here. Incredible Hulk number 282. I believe this is the first team up of the Incredible Hulk and She-Hulk. And that's a direct edition. That one I figure is about a near mint 9.4. Versus Arsenal. Next up, Moon Knight number 1. Premiere issue of the Solo series. I believe the Solo series, or first just Moon Knight titled series. Love that cover. I believe this is also the first appearance of Khonshu. I believe so. That's about a fine 6.0. Alright, next up is Spider-Woman number 1. This is not the first appearance of Spider-Woman. It is the first self-titled issue of Spider-Woman. Nice looking copy. I think I picked this up for like 30 or 35 at my LCS. And that's about a very fine minus 7.5. Next up, Wolverine number 2 from the 1982 limited series. Love that cover. Pretty nice copy. This one, it's like a 9.2 on that one. No color breaking spine ticks or anything on this one. The only really thing is some slight wear right there. Other than that, solid copy. And that's just in between the bag and the top loader. Follow that up with, oh, and that is on newsstand. Follow that up with a Wolverine number 3. Really nice all black cover. Again, that is a newsstand. This one here, 9.4. All of that is dust you're seeing in between the bag and the top loader. Little right there, but it's not color breaking. I could probably press that out. Nice looking copy. I would like to get this in a newsstand as well to match the others, but Wolverine number 4. That is a direct edition. This one, like a 9.2 on this one. Does have one little color break right there near the staple. I think one near his knee. Very tiny one. Probably 9.2. Because I have 9.4s that look worse than this. But love that cover. Next up, Uncanny X-Men number 131. This looks nicer than it actually is. It does have some issues on the back cover. I figure this one's about a 5.5 to a 6.0. The front looks really nice. No tanning on it, so that's nice. This one, I believe, is the first cover appearance of Emma Frost, the White Queen. It's also part of the Dark Phoenix saga. Uncanny X-Men number... I'm a big X-Men fan. Number 134. Love this cover. It does have some color rub right across here, but really nice looking copy. Yeah, it's about 6.5, and I knock it down because of that. And I think there was a couple of spine ticks on it. Yeah, top edge there, right there, a little bit of wear. Again, part of the Dark Phoenix saga. I've almost got the Dark Phoenix saga complete, and then I would like to actually finally read it after all these years. I've only read like 2 issues, because I only had, prior to last year, I've only had issues 133, 35, and 36. But I've actually almost got the Dark Phoenix saga complete now, so I can finally read that once I do. Alright, these ones now... All these next few... Actually, I think after these 5, it kind of starts to go in order by value. Somewhat. I don't know. Maybe. Uncanny X-Men number 142. And this is the newsstand. Very nice copy. I do not have issue 141. Once I have issue 141... then I'll finally read this, the Days of Future Past story. So I have not read it. Actually, until last year, I didn't own either one of these. But I finally have issue 142. I still need to get 141. Days of Future Past Part 2. Death of Wolverine, Colossus, and Storm in an Alternate Reality. I figure this one's about a 9.0. I think I paid $50 for this at a comic show last year. Love that cover. Alright, issue 139. X-Men, Uncanny X-Men 139. Kitty Pryde joins the X-Men. I can't remember if this is first appearance or not. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. But she does join the X-Men in this one. Really nice looking copy. It's solid looking. That I think I got for $35 at my LCS. This is an old one. I've had this one for Like 25 years now. Uncanny X-Men number 130. It is a very low grade copy. I'd probably put it at like a 3.0, 3.5. It does have staining on the cover. Right there, right there, right there. It's got some wear to the spine. This was actually one of my dad's comics. He bought it off the newsstand. It's been through the ringer. My dad said he was not very nice to his comic books when he was a kid, so. But that's one that I got from my dad. Actually, I got a couple in here. My dad mainly collected in 78, 79, and 80, I believe. He never went to any LCS. He said he always went to, I think he said Meyer, and on comic book release day, him and his friends, and they would wait for the vendor to put the comic books out. So I inherited his collection several years ago. He gave it to me. But next up, Uncanny X-Men number 116. I believe this one is the introduction of Wolverine's healing power, and I believe it was also Wolverine reveals that he took a life previously. Very nice looking copy. This one I think I paid 25 or 30 at my LCS, something like that. X-Men number 103. Really cool cover. The all new, all different X-Men. This one I believe Wolverine's name revealed to be Logan. I think it's the first time we find out his name is actually Logan. Yeah, that's about an 8.5. Really nice copy. This is another one that was my dad's. One of his better ones, but it is a low-grade copy. Figure about a VG. Very good 4.0. Avengers number 196. First full appearance of Taskmaster. He also had issue 195, first cameo. It's, like I said, it's got its issues. My dad said he was not gentle with his books. He said he used to take him he used to bring him with him in the car on road trips when him and his dad would go to the races. So he said they kind of got kicked around sometimes. But first full appearance of Taskmaster. Silver Surfer number 14. I believe this is 1970. So it is kind of right there in the Silver Age to Bronze Age crossover. Nice Silver Surfer Spider-Man cover. And this one I figure is about a very VG plus, very good plus, 4.5. The main issue is right in here. Could even be a 4.0. Next up, Amazing Spider-Man number 136. Love this cover. This is first appearance of Harry Osborn as the Green Goblin. And the biggest issue with this one is that bottom right corner there. That thing is hanging on by a fiber. But solid looking copy. That's about a fine, very fine 7.0. Alright, next up. Amazing Spider-Man number 123. Luke Cage versus Spider-Man. I believe this is the first appearance of Luke Cage outside of the Luke Cage Heroes for Hire title. Also makes a reference to Bruce Wayne, Batman. I believe he says we can't all be rich playboys like Bruce Wayne or something like that. Really, it's about a fine, very fine 7-0. I think also this is the funeral of Gwen Stacy. Oh, almost dropped it. Alright, next up. Now we're kind of... Alright, after this one, I'd say they're kind of in order by value. Next up, this is a really cool book. Amazing Spider-Man number 86. And this is the debut of the new Black Widow outfit. John Romita cover. It's about a very good fine 5.0. Biggest thing is this color break increase right here. Alright, next up. Now, my dad, when he was buying comics when he was a kid, it was a time they were doing those Marvel's Greatest Comics, Marvel Super Action, and they were reprints of the earlier books and stories, kind of incomplete reprints of them, actually. Same with like Amazing Adventures were reprints of like the X-Men books from the early 60s. So I had this, or he had this, and then I acquired this in the reprint, but I always wanted the original, and last year I picked up the original. Fantastic Four number 112. Classic Battle of Hulk versus the Thing. So I have two versions of this. I have I believe it's Marvel's Greatest Heroes version, and then the original now. I always wanted the original. So this one I figure is a good, very good 3.0. So happy to have that. Next up, this is really cool. I saw this at my local comic shop about a month and a half, 2 months ago. And I had to have it. This is so cool. Uncanny X-Men number 121. But if you look at it, you'll notice the colors aren't quite how they should be. It's like it's missing the black in some areas, or they doubled up. Something happened in the printing of this copy, because you can see it's like red over black right here. You've got blue over black right here. But then that's correct, I believe, right there. And if you look at Colossus, he's kind of jacked up. Same with right here. Nightcrawler is just pure blue. It's like blue over black, or something odd happened. And same right here. Green over black. I've seen I've only seen maybe 2 or 3 errors of this book, but I haven't seen it this extensively. So to me, this was very unique, and I had to have it. I wanted the book no matter what for the story, Alpha Flight, but I had to have this version. I had passed up a non-error version a couple months prior at my LCS, and then he got this and put it out, and I had to have it. So very nice. I like it. Pretty unique. This book's a bit of a shame. Daredevil number 131. Looks really nice. It is a really nice presenting copy. First appearance of Bullseye. It does have the Marvel Value stamp, but it does have a coupon cut out of it. And it's a shame because it looks really nice. That is just on the case. It's not on the book. Really nice looking copy. But again, if I send it in for grading after I read it, I'm torn because you can get qualified, which they'll grade the book essentially for how it looks, and then Green Label qualify it because it is missing something. Or you can have it done as a Blue Label Universal, and they will take into account the fact that it is missing something in the grade. And the thing is, I don't know how hard they're going to hit this book for this. I'll take it out and show you guys, and maybe someone can let me know. Okay, so here's the Marvel value stamp, and here is the coupon that's cut out. The story is not affected. It doesn't affect the story. It does have the Marvel value stamp, but it is missing that coupon. So I figured if I were to just let it go a Green Label, it would be a fine, very fine 7.0 qualified. Now, I don't know how bad that would downgrade it as a Blue Label, though. I know people don't really care for the Green Label qualify stuff, but at the same time, it would be such a shame to see this nice of a looking copy come back like a 3.5 or 4.0, but I don't know. I don't know enough about that. Next up, Marvel Spotlight number 32. First appearance of Spider-Woman and Origin. That one I figure is about a fine, very fine 7.0. Love that cover. Alright, next up. This is a really nice looking copy. G.I. Joe number 1 in the newsstand. Back this up a bit. There we go. G.I. Joe number 1 newsstand. This is a really sharp copy. My only G.I. Joe book. Eventually I would like to possibly do the run. This one, Near Mint 9.4. Really nice for the newsstand. Alright. Getting down to the wire here. These are going to start getting more valuable. Wolverine number 1. 1982 limited series. Love this cover. This, I figure, near mint minus 9.2. It's got a tiny, tiny chip at the bottom there. You guys can check out the spine. Really nice condition. I picked this up last year in my local comic shop. Love that cover. So with this, I have the complete 1982 Wolverine Limited Run, 1 through 4, with 1 through 3 being the newsstand, 4 being the direct, but I also have the complete 1988 onward run of Wolverine. Alright, next up, this is a really sweet one. This I picked up at a comic show last year, and I paid, I want to say $140 for this. Incredible Hulk number 271 newsstand. First, so it's the first comic appearance of Rocket Raccoon. I believe he first appeared as Rocky Raccoon in a magazine, but this is, I believe, the first comic appearance. But this is also a Mark Jewelers variant. And I don't think the seller at the show realized it when he was selling it, because he made no mention of it. There was no note about it. He didn't talk about it. And I didn't realize it until I got back home and opened it up and went through it. I should have gone through it for that price at the show, but I didn't. And then I realized when I got home as I'm going through it that it was a Mark Jeweler. This I figure is about a 9.0. I don't think in this condition, being a Mark Jeweler, that I don't think the dealer would have sold it for $140. Oh, maybe he did and didn't mention it, but I had no idea. I was already happy with the condition, the price, and the condition. Yeah, it was a little bit to spend at the time, but given the condition, I was happy to spend that for it. And then to find out it was a Mark Jeweler was even an added bonus. All right, next up, Luke Cage, Hero for Hire #1. First appearance of Luke Cage. Picked this up at my local comic shop. This I figure is about a fine 6.0. Camera focus. Who knows? Maybe even a 5.5. But it's a pretty nice looking copy. Alright, next up. This one I believe I paid $3.25. I picked this up at a not so local comic shop. It's about 45 minutes away. Iron Fist number 14. First appearance of Sabretooth. Very nice presenting copy. I believe this is about a 7.0. I think I said fine, very fine 7.0. The worst damage, I'd say, is that spine tick right there. And then maybe at that bottom, that top staple there. It does have the distribution ink across the top there. About 2 inches worth of distribution ink. Very happy to have this. I'm very happy with the condition. I think the LCS had it priced at $400, and we finally agreed on $325. We did some research on eBay together and ultimately came to $325. We were both happy with that. So, all right, my two. I'd probably say my two best Bronze Age books right here. All right. Invincible Iron Man number 55. First appearance of Thanos. First appearance of Drax the Destroyer. I love this book. Figure it's about a fine plus 6.5. And that is due to the few spine ticks it has. And it's got a little bit of a corner ding right there. But a solid looking copy. Iron Man 55. I picked that up at my local comic shop. Actually, I traded for this, yeah. I traded some cards in for that. Actually, I think I traded a bunch of Pokemon cards and got that. I don't remember the price that the shop had it at, though. Alright, this one I just picked up. I wanted this book ever since I was a kid, ever since I was about 9-10 years old, reading comics. Could never afford a copy of it back then, but now as a kid with adult money, I can afford it. Amazing Spider-Man number 129. First appearance of the Punisher. Always wanted this book. Love the cover. Never got to read it until a few weeks ago. Finally got to read it for the first time. Really enjoyed it. Picked this up at a somewhat local antique shop. This was priced at $800, but they were running 10% off, so I got it for $720. I gave it a very light dry clean and a press. And you can see it does have some spine wear. The worst being this right here. Kind of like a gouge right there in the side. Does not go through, though. It's not a hole, it's not a tear. It's more like a light gouge. Staples are tight. Everything's intact. It's got a little bit of minor wear on it, but pretty happy with it. A little bit of a crease right there. This one I figure is about a very good 4.0. So very happy to finally have that. It was one of my grails when I was a kid. And kind of as an adult. But there you guys go. That was my top 30 or so Bronze Age books. If you like this, check out my top 50 Silver Age comic books. And I believe after this, I'm going to do a top 20 or so Copper/Modern Age books. But thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you guys on the next one.